What is up, everybody? Nick Troy back here with week 2 of my podcast, Join the Journey. If this is your first week here, this podcast is mainly dedicated to documenting my progress on my journey to success and where I want what I envision for myself and what success looks like in my eyes and the path that it takes to get there, because I think a lot of people glaze over the trials and tribulations that come along with being successful. So I kind of want to be as candid as possible on camera and hopefully give a few people some insights onto stuff that might help them solve an issue that they're running into. So with that being said, let's get into this week's episode. Talk about kind of what my week looked like. Sunday, I recorded my podcast, my first podcast, and that was pretty much all I did all day. Monday, moved into my work week, and what was Monday like? Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, nothing really crazy happened at all, and I'm actually struggling with what I want to do is, again, break my week down and learn or lay out the trials, tribulations, and triumphs that I've had throughout the week and talk about them and reflect on them, so people might be able to gather some sort of insight in on this stuff. And I've figured out that I can't memorize all this and reflect on it at the end of the week. Like I can't remember all of my significant thoughts that I have throughout the week. Hey buddy, why you biting daddy? This is Goku, the motivational kitty, by the way. He's the boy. But yeah, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I can't really recall too much what I was thinking, and this will actually improve with something that I thought up Thursday, and I'm going to cut away to Thursday Nick, and Thursday Nick, off to you. What is up, future people? It's Thursday Nick here. So I had an idea, been kind of tossing around for the past couple of days, kind of thinking about how I want my podcast structured, and what I want is I want to be able to express how I feel throughout the week on my path to financial freedom / success. And started thinking about it, and I'm like, I can't sum up my whole week and remember every significant thought that I have. I think a lot. I can't do that. So I decided to record videos like this whenever I have something to say, and I'm gonna just let future Nick reflect on past Nick, and in this case, Thursday Nick. Yeah, so Thursday Nick, future Nick still thinks that's a really good idea, and what I'm going to be doing from here on out is every time I have a significant thought, a something that might give an insight onto that might be beneficial for somebody else, or something that I think is just a thought beyond the normal thinking process, I'm going to be taking my phone out, taking my mic out, and recording it, so that way I can look back on it later in the week, which is Sundays, which is the day that I record, and reflect on it. Today. So I think that's a great idea, Thursday Nick. And Sunday Nick is currently implementing it. So we're doing a great job with that. Again, back to you, Thursday Nick, because I think you had more to say. So with that being said, also this morning, I was thinking about where I want to go next, where I want to be by July of 2025. And I think I want to be, I got 3 different options. I want to either move somewhere, buy a house while living in an apartment, so renting, and then renting out my house, making income that way. Or I want to rent, buy an RV, and travel the world. Just kind of a nomadic lifestyle. Third option is I just stay here in North Carolina, climb up through the ladder and the company that I'm working at, and um, and do good things here and get a better salary, start making more money, start saving more, multiplying it. Thank you, Thursday Nick, for getting me started on that. Again, this is kind of one of those things where I have these thoughts throughout the week, and if I didn't have that video on my phone and something to reference back to, I wouldn't. I probably would have forgotten about it. So Thursday, Nick, what you said was, I still like where you're going with that, and I'm still pursuing that right now. I actually started to write up a pro forma sheet for moving to Florida, which is, if nobody knows what a pro forma is, it's code for, or the meaning behind pro forma is for the sake of. And what you're doing is you're writing out a bunch of predictions on and assumptions on what something is going to cost, and you're going to try and what you're doing is you're figuring out almost a budget or a certain um, financial goal or financial milestone that you need to be hitting at certain points throughout time. So I just started writing that up Friday. Just started writing that up Friday. And what I'm doing is I'm trying to figure out, first of all, where I want to go by July of 2025, because there's a possibility I want to stay here in Raleigh, keep working my way up through my current corporate ladder and see where that'll take me. Follow up plan would be to move down to Naples, Florida, and I think the RV idea has been scrapped. Definitely been scrapped, just because I looked at where you can park RVs, where you can live in RVs, and anywhere you can live, or really all you're doing is you're paying rent for an RV. You got to pay for the RV, and then the rent on top of, or the site rentals, I guess, for parking your RV are pretty much the same for what I'd be renting. So I'd definitely be renting if I went down there. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to figure out, okay, I want to rent a house down there, and there's possibility I want to even buy a house down there and use that for an Airbnb, because I don't want to live in the house that I purchase, because if you live in the house that you purchase, you're giving up money. So I would want to rent an apartment and buy a house to Airbnb out. So what I got to figure out is, okay, what's base rent down there? How much am I going to be paying for that? And then how much is a down payment for a house, and how much how many months am I going to be paying a mortgage without having a renter in there? How much money do I need as a safety net to be able to afford owning a house down there? And not just that, but I think I would want to figure out a way to earn as much as I need outside of the money that I'm getting from renters. So I would want to make sure that the mortgage and the rent for my living situation are both covered without having the money from that Airbnb coming in. So that is kind of where I'm at with that. Thinking Naples is probably going to be the most uh, beneficial route for me to go. We'll see again if I end up staying here in Raleigh. But it also gave me another idea for the company that I'm working at now. We're a fairly small company with a lot of growth happening right now. And I told them, and I mean this, that I really want to help them grow. And one of the ways that I could possibly help them grow, and this would be an idea that I would have to pitch to upper management and or the owner of the company, would be to open up a branch down in Naples, Florida. Given I would be the branch manager, I would run repairs, I would run installs, stuff like that. But it's a washer dryer leasing company is what we are. So I would run repairs, installs, pickups, probably run the repairs out of a storage unit or something like that, something where it has a water hookup that I can run these machines and test them. But that would be a really solid idea on a way to get a substantial amount of income coming in, since I'll be the primary worker down there. And theoretically the branch manager. That would be a way for me to help grow their business and then also provide myself with ample enough income to support a lifestyle down there, a certain level of lifestyle. So where are we going to next? Friday Nick, off to you.
What's up, everybody? It's Friday Nick here. I just got done at the cigar lounge here. Had a lot of really productive conversations today. The most productive of which being how I'm going to earn more. I was talking quite a bit with a few of my buddies here on how to make money. I think everybody really knows how to make money, but I'm gonna let future Nick talk about this subject a little bit and kind of where he's at with this. So off to you, future Nick.
Friday Nick, I am jealous you had a cigar. I have not had a cigar yet today. Probably won't, and I'm really craving one. But what you had mentioned about learn to earn is the uh, rhyme that I made up for this. I really like it, and I think to further articulate on what I mean by that is a lot of people, rely on a 9 to 5 or a part-time job to make income, or they plan out a business to, 6 months down the road, start making some sort of income from that. My intention and what I want to do is I want to figure out a way to make money tomorrow. Not something that's gonna, and not a lot of money. I don't need to have some sort of $500,000 a year company, but just an extra $500 to $1,000 a month. Figure out different revenues and different avenues that I can go down to start making an extra $500 or $1,000 a month, whatever that may be. And a lot of that is trying to figure out what are my current skills, what's my current knowledge, what do I have to offer, and how can I leverage these skills and knowledge to start making money off of it. I'm gonna just spitball some ideas here. If anybody has any other ideas, please drop it in the comments. For me and anybody else that might be watching these videos that could have a little bit more insight onto how to make some extra money without picking up extra hours at working for a 9 to 5 or working for a corporation. So me and my buddies at the Scar Lounge were kind of talking, and there was some stuff thrown around. One of the things was crypto investing, which I'm versed in. I've practiced. It's honestly something that I wouldn't feel super uncomfortable trying to get back into, and could probably do decent with it. So that might be a path that I go down. All of these paths that I'm laying out, I still have to do research on them. So, in no way, shape, or form should you take any of these ideas and run with them. If you do want to take some of these ideas, definitely do your research first, because I have not done that pre podcast video. So, and one of the other ideas would be to Facebook Marketplace. This is a very typical Gary Vee strategy, but going on Facebook Marketplace or yard sailing, pick up some stuff that is free or cheap and flip the price, sell it for more somewhere else. That being said, it kind of brought me into my next idea, which is I'm pretty versed in repairing washers and dryers now. So I could even take the skills that I've learned here, go on to Facebook Marketplace, find some machines that aren't doing too hot or that people are just trying to get rid of that have minor repairs. Take those, make the repairs, flip them, and sell them on Marketplace too. So, all of this being said, what I'm trying to do right now, and something that I've learned from one of my mentors, is leverage, leverage, leverage. So, I think there's leveraging money and there's leveraging knowledge. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to leverage knowledge along with money. So, I have uh, I don't want to throw any money into any sort of business that I have to start up right now. What I want is to be able to earn money tomorrow without throwing in money. And so I'm trying to figure out how I can leverage my knowledge to turn $0 into 500 to 1,000 a month. So that may be picking up washers and dryers and maybe throwing $50 to $100 at it. I know I said $0, but I mean, I guess I got to be realistic with myself. Maybe the idea that I go with is more like $50 or $100, but maybe I go to with this washer dryer idea, pick up some washers and dryers from Facebook Marketplace or just off the side of the street, and buy a rental truck, pick up the machines for dirt cheap, bring them back to a storage unit, flip the repair, and then sell them on Facebook Marketplace. I'm really only spending $50 to $100 on something like that for the rental truck and the machines. And then I should be able to, if I can do a couple of those a month, I should be able to turn that into a couple $100 theoretically. But this is kind of the process that I'm trying to think through is what kind of knowledge and skill set can I leverage currently to make more money with a bigger slice of the pie, not working for a big corporation where I'm getting a small percentage of that pie that's being baked, so to speak. That being said, all of this, I guess we'll dive in a little bit to how my week has been as a whole. So these are some of the ideas that I've had throughout the week, some of the thought-provoking conversations that I've had with some friends, and kind of what I made this analogy last week that sometimes you're sprinting and sometimes you're trudging through the mud. And last week I was trudging through the mud. I would like to say that I'm picking up momentum, and I think I am because I have spent more time on my computer and I have spent more time not just sitting in front of the TV and watching television because that's my go-to stress relief right there, and it admittedly got to get better because that in no way, shape, or form makes me a more valuable man. So I'd like to say that I'm picking up momentum, but I don't know for sure. No. I do know for sure. I am definitely picking up momentum. I just got to figure out how I can further pick it up. And I mean, again, my podcast is all about being completely candid. Even just now, I spent the whole day procrastinating from doing this podcast, and even now, I didn't. I was uh, not even. I was really trying hard to convince myself to actually record this podcast, and the second I started recording it, I started running into some pitfalls where those videos that I recorded on my phone are being recorded on my phone that I'm currently using to record myself. So I had to try and memorize that. Was debating writing it down, but then I'm looking at my computer too much, and I just, I mean, it's so easy, I think, for us to just take the easy way out and procrastinate than to just hunker down and do it. And admittedly, this podcast video is probably not going to be great. I'm still working out some kinks, trying to figure out how I can take some of those videos from past Nick and implement them into current Nick's videos and how to look at those while I'm recording. And to be quite honest, nothing that I'm doing is perfect right now. I was reading a book a while ago though that it was 0 to 100 million, uh, how to build a business or something like that. Nope, that wasn't it. It was Ready Fire Aim. 0 to 100 million Ready Fire Aim approach. So what I'm trying to implement right now and what I'm doing is strictly just posting videos, trying to get quality content out there, trying to not make the content garbage. I'm not intentionally making content garbage just because I want to, but what I'm doing is I'm even though what I'm doing right now is not perfect, I'm still doing it, and that's what I think the majority of the population fails on is they're chasing perfection so much to a point that they never actually get around to doing it. And that's what I'm trying to do with this podcast right now is I know it's not perfect. I know lighting is probably bad. I know audio is probably garbage. Editing is garbage. I'm putting $0 into all of this stuff. I'm trying to learn how to do it all myself. So rather than chasing perfection and pushing this off for months and possibly never even doing it, I'm just trying to record this content and post it, um, on a weekly basis and get better week by week. Figure out what works, figure out what doesn't work, rather than again chasing perfection, which I think a lot of us do. And it's something that, what is currently holding you back from doing that thing that you want to do? Is it acting, where you want to pursue acting, but before you pursue acting you have to take an acting class, and before you take an acting class you have to get headshots done, and before you get headshots done you gotta get your hair done, you gotta get your makeup done. Like, well, what is it realistically? And could you bypass all of that and just start submitting applications and see what happens? Is it, I don't know, do you want to write a book? Is that something that intrigues you? Is that something that you want to do? And are you pushing that off because you're currently, you got to figure out, you got to take some book writing classes. You got to figure out what kind of grammar works. You got to figure out the different kind of perspectives that you can write in: first person, dual perspective, third person perspective. Um, do you feel like you need to take classes on writing books again? I think a lot of us get too distracted with the qualifications that we need to do something, to where we never actually do the thing that we're trying to build qualifications for. And that's what I'm trying to do here, probably for like the fourth or fifth time. To be quite honest, I feel like I'm kind of rambling right now. But that being said, I really did not want to be recording this video today. Uh, I again, I'm still kind of trudging through them, but I'm picking up momentum a little bit. But super random, but I have this weird throat thing right now where I just, like, there's a lump in the back of my throat, and it's been there for like a week and a half now, and it's not painful, but it's not painful. And I don't know if it's possibly from smoking cigar. Anyways, I'm a little bit of a hypochondriac, to be completely candid with everybody. Definitely less than I used to be, way less than I used to be. But it definitely brings my mood down when I feel that in the back of my throat, and I'm like, oh my gosh, am I dying right now? Like, what's the point of doing all this if I'm dying? And it kind of takes a little extra discipline to do stuff like this. And I think just realizing that, as a lesson for everybody out there, I'm dealing with this right now while recording the video, and the video is not going to come out perfect, and I don't exactly feel super great. My body just isn't having it right now, but I'm doing it anyways. And what is there something in your life that you feel is affecting a different aspect of your life? So with me, my health right now is affecting the way that, the amount of discipline and the amount of motivation that I have to do something. Is there something in your life currently that, um, health is affecting job, or job is affecting relationship, or finances are or affecting relationship, or relationship is affecting finances, whatever it may be? Is there something that you just need to compartmentalize for the time being, put it to the side, deal with it? It sounds unhealthy, but deal with it later and just do the thing that you need to do. And that's kind of what I'm doing right now, is compartmentalizing my anxiety and stress about this, and um, getting the work done and recording my podcast, because I told myself that I was going to do it. I told myself that I was going to record a podcast on a weekly basis every Sunday, no matter what, rain or shine. That's exactly what I'm doing right now. And I refuse to. I don't think there's. I don't think there's a massive amount of viewers that are going to be disappointed if I don't post. But what it is for me is more about building that discipline and building the ability to tell myself, no, you're going to do this, and doing it. Because that's something that I definitely didn't do in high school, and it reflected in my grades, but it's something that I've been building over the past 2 years. 2 years of my life, computer programming, like I talked about, with moving down to North Carolina, with building my invention, is just doing the thing, not talking about doing the thing, but just doing small steps and small actions to work towards the thing and actually doing the thing, which is what I'm doing right now, is doing the thing, even though, again, I really don't want to. It's just, I just got to do it. Just compartmentalize the feelings that I'm having in regards to life and what's going on around me and doing the thing even when I don't want to. I feel like, again, I'm kind of rambling right now. So that being said, I don't really know what time I started recording this. I kind of want to be done. I've been recording for, I think I had 8 minutes before this. Now I'm at 22 minutes. I know that time was going to get cut down. Oof, man. Next week will definitely be a lot better because Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I wasn't doing the whole video recording thing where I can look back on those videos and kind of reflect on them. So next week when I record my podcast, I will have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday recorded to reflect back on. My goal is to have at least one thoughtful insight per day. So I will theoretically have one video to reflect on each day of the week, and that should give me ample enough time to reflect on that, make a substantial or video full of substance, because I can't think of the word right now, and give it plenty of runtime while also keeping everybody engaged and providing value at the same time. That being said, that's kind of all I got for today. Probably going to be a shorter video. So I'll see you all next week, thinkers. Have a good week.